Tell us about what's going on in the Australian economy. You mentioned Australia and that the commodity prices are falling. What does this mean for our terms of trade, and what impact is that likely to have?
Well, already, up until the March quarter, our terms of trade had fallen around about 10%, so in the scheme of things, not much. But if this commodity price level that we're seeing now just were to stabilise even, that's about another 7, 8, 9% fall in the June quarter, and that assumes a bottoming. So if we're right and we're seeing the Eurozone sluggish, US sluggish, and the Chinese slowdown occurring too, commodity prices could fall somewhat more. And if you think back to the last, basically 8 or 10 years, the terms of trade boost has been driving company profits. It's been driving this, as we keep hearing, this incredible mining investment boom. So are we going to be in a position that a couple of years down the track, we've got all this wonderful mining investment that has occurred, producing all of this natural gas and iron ore and coal and these sort of things that people don't want to pay us a lot of money for. So that $70 a tonne coal price might be optimistic. And if it is, then we've got this investment overhang and this investment problem in a couple of years' time. Not necessarily my main call, but it's just an issue that I'm getting increasingly worried about when I see commodity prices falling the way they are.
But you're already seeing, you know, the miners are pulling back on investment. BHP has pretty much put its outer harbour expansion, I mean, it sounds like it's going to be put on ice. The producers like Rio that can crank up, you know, output at the lowest price, I think, in the market, they're going ahead. They announced an expansion this week, but it'll mean all the marginal, you know, producers
but at what
are
price,
pulling
Jody?
back.
See, they can still ship the same number of tonnes, but at what price? And that's the...
Yeah, but, you know, so they're getting growth in revenue from volume, not from price, and that's their growth strategy. That's all they've got. Not all they've got. They've 70% of their business, so they, you know, that's how they grow. And
projects being deferred, well, what are our 3.25% projections for GDP that were underpinned the budget based on?
And
it's a big boom in mining.
What does it mean? What does it mean for the budget?
This two-speed economy or patchwork economy, whatever we want to call it, is actually going to be, if the main boost to that, the main driver of that actually falls away, or even just underperforms a little bit, then all of a sudden that 3% GDP projection in the budget papers becomes a 2.5, becomes a 2, or something like that. Unemployment creeps up, and the budget's in trouble.